let's do part 2. This is the porch makeover series, and I am so excited about this part of the project. I made a door hanger. It is going to perfectly match my theme, and that is one of the best things about owning a silhouette. You can take whatever is in your brain and create it. You don't need to spend hours shopping to find the perfect match. You just pull it out of your head and put it onto the blank, and you have exactly what you need. So this video is a little bit lengthy. Now's the time to go grab a beverage and settle in. For those of you that are new around here, I'm Brenda Lambert. I'm a TJC licensed instructor for silhouette, and I hope that you are going to join our little crafting community. We have tons of fun around here, something new every week. Now, if everyone is ready, let's do this. Here we are in Silhouette Studio. I have my page set up for a 12 by 12 mat. I'm going to come over and grab an ellipse shape. I'm going to hold down the shift key and draw out a circle. Then I'm going to set that circle to 14.5 inches. That is the size of my blank. So this will become my template for my design. Then I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that. Set one over here to the side for a minute. I'm going to go back and grab a rectangle. So I'm going to fill this in with color. I'm going to select both the objects, go to the Modify panel, and select Crop. Let's set that back to black. Now we can bring this back over and line them up. The next thing I need to do is create some text, and I want this sign to say, "Hey honey." Now, if you watched the video on the outdoor throw pillows, you would know that I used this Beagris text for those pillows, so I am going to use that for hay. So let's select hay and click on that. And then the honey I want in this Autumn Beauty font. Now we can select both of them and choose our fill color. I'm going to go with this bright yellow. And now we can work on sizing the text and getting it placed where we want it. The next thing I'm going to do is go into my files and find some honeycombs that I downloaded for a different sign. Merge that onto the mat. It is not grouped together. So let's select all of that, right click and group. And I'm going to just go ahead and duplicate it because I know I want 2 of them. I'm going to place one of them down here. And I'm going to place one of them up here. And just rotate them so they sit nicely with the design. Now, since I need to crop both of the honeycombs, I'm going to start duplicating what I need. So I'll need another circle. Let's duplicate that. And I will need one of each of these honeycombs. I want them rotated just like they are, so I'm going to duplicate each one. I'm going to move my circle back onto the original circle. I'm going to select this honeycomb, bring it to front, and I'm going to line it up with the one that's underneath it, and do the same for this one. Bring to front, and then line it up. Now I know that all of the duplicated elements are where the originals are, so I'm going to go ahead and Select this honeycomb, hold down the shift key, click on the circle and the other honeycomb, and I can pull them off to the side. Since they're all selected, I can go to the modify panel and select crop. The next thing I want to do is group these together because right now they're in a lot of separate pieces. So right click, group. I'm going to change the color to black. And I am going to move them back into place on the design. And then I can move the original honeycombs away and delete those. I'm going to select all of the black pieces and group. And this is not going to fit on a 12 by 12 mat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my page setup. I am going to select no mat. And then I'm going to leave the width at 12, but I'm going to change the height to 16. I need to ungroup these. Ungroup again. Select all of these pieces. Group that. Select all of these pieces and group that one. We're going to take this and rotate it. So we need to go to the transform panel. It is selected. Click on the rotate tab and we're going to rotate it to 90 degrees. Once that's situated inside of the cut line border, we can arrange our honeycomb pieces and we can group those together. Slide that off the mat. I'm going to move my template away. I'm going to select hay and honey and group that together. Bring that over. Hey Honey will fit on a 12 by 12 mat, and I personally prefer to cut on a mat, so I'm going to go ahead and change my settings back for just a minute. So I'll end up cutting Hey Honey on the mat and the black pieces off of the roll. We'll get that situated and we can head over to the send panel. We need to choose our material. I typically use vinyl Silhouette Oracle 651. And then bump my blade up by 1. Let's prepare our mat with the yellow vinyl, and due to the magical powers of editing, my Cameo will cut this vinyl in the exact amount of time that it takes you to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Be sure to check the cut before you unload your machine. At this point, if the vinyl did not cut well, you can adjust your settings and send it back through. After that is done cutting, we'll go back to the Design tab. Move Hey Honey. Fix our page setup again. Place this back on the mat. And then we can send that through as well. Let's get our machine ready to use the roll feeder. You want to pull out the drawer, lift up the vinyl guide, lift up the roll holders, and adjust the white roller on the right-hand side of your machine. Make sure that the vinyl is lined up with the white line on the left side of the machine. Then feed it through to make sure that it is going in straight. Mine is going off track, so I'm going to adjust it and try again. Perfect. Now let's send it through. Let's close up the vinyl roll drawer and get to weeding. This vinyl actually cut beautifully. Now I'm going to peel the black vinyl stripe up off of the backing and place it onto parchment paper. I'm going to leave about a 1/4 inch of the sticky part hanging off so that I can get it placed properly without a hassle. I will use transfer tape for the rest of it. Let's start with Hey Honey, get it on the transfer tape, and then we will use the parchment paper to get it placed properly again. The tail of my Y got stuck to the transfer tape and it did rip a little bit, but I managed to get it smoothed out enough to where it's not even noticeable. I'm going to go ahead and get the honeycomb set in place next. It's starting to look super cute. Let's work on the bow. This is a typical messy bow. All I did was cut strips of different coordinating ribbons at about 12 inches each. Then I tied them together with a piece of wire. You want to trim all of the edges so that they're pointed and they look nice. I wrapped a piece of the black and white check around that and tied it in the back. I just left the long pieces hanging down. We can use that for a tail. And now you have an adorable bow for a beautiful door hanger. Let's get it attached to the sign now. I drilled 2 small holes into the wood of the sign, and then I poked the wire from the bow through those 2 holes and twisted it in the back. I typically don't like to use glue on any of my wood signs. It does not last. I'm going to use just a little bit of rope to create a hanger. I need 2 larger holes for my rope to go through. Now let me go ahead and show my age. I am going to tell you that you need to create a flugel binder out of Scotch tape. If you've seen the movie Cocktail, you know what I'm talking about. This should make it easy for you to thread your rope through both of the holes. Then all you need to do is tie off the ends. If you missed the first video in this series, you're going to want to check it out. It's right here. Now go create something amazing, and I will see you in the next video.